Peace and greetings, my gods and goddesses out there. Yes, the common denominator reporting live on my spiritual friend in need at the Chosen's Path. Welcome to my channel. Let's go ahead and get right on into it. There is a whole lot happening around us, in us, and we are just trying to maintain peace and balance as we are going about our daily business. You hear people say things like, I am just holding on to my version of truth. I have my truth and your truth is your truth. And we start to realize that we are now trying to make truth to be subjective. There are those who don't believe that absolute truth is even a thing. They say there is no such thing as absolute truth. But as for the chosen, we know that God is the absolute truth, and that there is no other truth but God himself. Anything outside of that is just the illusion, right? If you're with me, you'll probably agree. You know, if you're on this channel and you've done the inner work, or you're probably doing the inner work, you know that from the wombs to the tomb, spirit is all that there is. And we also know that there are those who benefit from us living in the lie. You see, there are those who, they don't mind us not knowing truth and the different pieces that contribute to the bigger picture of us being in truth, you see. And that is why you have the common denominator, and that is why you have a lot of truth talkers out there in the world. You got a lot of individuals out in the world who are taking it upon themselves to make sure that they do investigate, they do proper research, they spread the word accordingly to make sure that it is just not off of belief, but it comes in conjunction with facts. Yeah, we get conditioned to just eat up information. And of course, communication now gets so tailored down to the T to where they know just how to project messages in ways that would make people accept it, you see. And even if it is not necessarily beneficial, as long as it fits somehow with the belief system that is already instilled in them, then they run with it as fact. And here on the Chosen's Path, you know, we break it down. We get to go down to the very core of it because we understand the vibrational aspect of word and how it works within. And we just have to get to the very bottom of it, because the age of living the lie, it's done. We are no longer living in the age of living the lie, you see. That is not what we are going to accommodate in our mental space. There are those individuals in the world who would take it upon themselves to make sure that they tailor messages that would get those who are living in the mode of ignorance to be complacent in their ignorance, and even kill the desire within them to want to investigate absolute truth. That is why I'm making this video today. That we should not so much focus on the tonality of the word as it is projected, but let us focus more on the underlying message that comes to us when it comes to us, and how beneficial is it. Let us be honest, my dear brothers and sisters. If you are a disciple, and you are a disciple to the discipline of that which you know is meant to fashion you into something great, you are not expecting to be pampered. You are not expecting to be smothered. You might have gone through that while you were with your mother, hopefully. But when you start to realize that you are being fashioned to deal with the harsh realities of life as they come at you from so many different angles, you are not going to be babied. Because that's not how life treats us. When we step out into the real field, we are not being pampered. People would knock you down to the ground with the hopes that you stay down. You know, all types of stuff are going to get thrown at you with the hopes that your light will be completely knocked out. And so we have to be made ready. And part of this is mental preparation. And part of this mental preparation comes not just from experience, but it comes from those who take it upon themselves to deliver the truth as it is without necessarily worrying about your feelings. Because to be honest, the world does not care about your feelings. The truth is, people in the world do not care about the feelings of others. And so on the Chosen's path, we are definitely putting together that community of individuals who truly understand that it is very important to be mentally strong. There are those who will put together information and project it in ways that would keep their pockets filled, and your soul will not be as edified, and mentally you would not be as strong as you need to be to take on that which is truly coming. What I'm really saying is that any form of truth that gets you to be comfortable with lies is no truth at all. And he or she that is projecting whatever they're saying that truth is has no truth in them. Because the truth should get us to not adapt to lies. We cannot hear the truth and say we would rather be comfortable with lies, except the lie is active in us and we are one with the lie, and we would rather live a lie than live the truth. On the Chosen's path, that's not what we stand for. On the Chosen's path, we are not going to say it is okay to just live in deception. Because once we choose to live in deception, we deceive others, thinking that we are projecting truth. We must take it upon ourselves to investigate information, ponder on it, contemplate it within ourselves, separate it from feelings, be humble enough to admit within ourselves when we realize that we're wrong, take in that which is truly meant to make us strong, and project accordingly. Because information is very, very powerful. It's like liquid. When you put it into a container, it takes on the form. When we put information into our minds, if our minds are already holding on to certain belief systems, that information just finds a way to get in and sit in. But we know that the word as it is, that is meant to transform us, when it comes to us, we're not going to be comfortable. Because it is not meant to make you complacent in sin. The word of God is not meant to tell us that, okay, it is okay to be a sinner, that you were born a sinner and you're going to die in sin. That's not what the word of God is. The word of God is meant to bring about the realization within us that keeps us in the mode of darkness, and then to encourage us, to push us, to get us to not be complacent in sin, to not be comfortable in the modes that are zapping our energy, and shift us now into the higher frequency to be one with our elder brother, Yeshua the Christ. My dear brothers and sisters, I just wanted to put this video together. Something really short, brief, and straight to the point. Nothing too complicated. You know, that we should know that there are agents in the world who have taken out the time to master communication, master human psychology, and they know just how to say the right words that would keep us feeling good about ourselves. That way we can always throw the pretty penny at them, but then, they amass much more financial gain and they can transform their immediate physical realities. And on the other hand, they have zapped energy from us by keeping us in dormant states of ignorance. And we are saying on the chosen's path, it cannot be like that. If you are holding on to your truth and your truth is not God's truth, if you're holding on to your truth and you know it is not truly getting you to be the very, very best version of yourself, you must scratch your head. You must rub your chin. You must look around and wonder, because if you're seeing every other tree around you grow, blossom, bearing fruit, and living out into generations, and you're seeing that your growth is stunted, you must question. And then you start to realize it comes in the form of information that formats our minds and gets us to live and push ourselves to be the very, very best versions of ourselves. I think we're going to go ahead and cap it at that. Just remember, my dear brothers and sisters, any form of truth that comes at us that gets us to be complacent with lies and deception is no truth at all. For we need truth that would work within us and shift us from dormant states to now get into the states of practicality, practical information that's going to get us to witness the transformation of the living word as it truly is. Thank y'all so much for listening up until this very point. I am the common denominator. Y'all just tuned into my spiritual friend in need. Until next time, y'all remain blessed.